Welcome. My name is Ayo and I am your host. We at the English Masters say thank you very much to all of you, our dear subscribers. Today in our grammar class, we are considering our mass count nouns, also known as non-countable nouns or uncountable nouns. It's of importance for us to know how these nouns are treated or used, especially when it comes to choosing the right determiner as well as using the right verb with them. But today we are looking at examples of these nouns, and then we are also looking at determiners you can use along with them. So for mass count nouns, they should not be quantified by adding an s, by adding es or adding ies to them. Okay, so also the determiner we use with them will not be such that we use for plural count nouns, that's countable nouns. Okay, so please let's see some examples of these nouns. Liquids in general are mass count nouns. Okay, our liquids, we said, are mass count nouns. Then abstract nouns are also mass count nouns. Gases, grains, all of these are examples of mass count nouns. We mean in their numbers. Now, other examples are those we have on the board. We have staff, okay, traffic, okay, advice, okay, or advice, right? Okay, luggage, information, equipment, cloth, baggage, data, and furniture. All of these do not take additional s, es, or ies because they are mass count nouns. Other examples are particles such as dust, rice, grains, and all of that. Okay, they are mass count nouns and do not take additional s, es, or ies. What if there is a need for you to quantify these nouns? Okay, now if you must quantify these nouns, there are two ways you can approach these. What are these ways? One is to precede the mass count noun with a countable noun. That is, you have to use a countable noun first before you bring in the mass count noun. Examples, let's say 2 loaves of bread, right? 4 pieces of information, right? Yes, 4 pieces of information. Now, you see in these examples, we have loaves, pluralized, pieces, pluralized, right? But then we have not touched the bread, neither have we touched the information. So, several other examples. You can say are 3 cups of rice. Okay. Now you do not touch the rice, which is mass count, which is an uncountable noun, but you quantify the rice, okay, by using a countable noun before it. Take note. Another way you can quantify these nouns is by using these mass count nouns as adjectives. How do we mean? For example, 3 wine bottles, 2 water sachets, 12 rice bags. Did you see? So here you find that we have numbers, okay? 3 wine bottles, 2 water sachets, and 12 rice bags. Here, the mass count or non-countable nouns are acting as adjectives. So these nouns, these countable nouns, which we have pluralized, the bottles, the sachets, the bags, okay, they are pluralized. And then the first method, which is which we have 2 loaves of bread, 4 pieces of information, you find that the pieces, the loaves, are pluralized. That is where we use the countable nouns before the mass count noun. So take note of these 2 methods you can use to quantify, that is to add numbers or pluralize these verbs somehow indirectly. Okay, so one, we said you use a countable noun before it and use the number you want to use with that countable noun. And then the second is you use the mass count noun as an adjective. So these are 2 ways we can quantify these mass count nouns. Now let's quickly look at some determiners we can use with these nouns. Now by determiners we mean that word you choose to use to refer or to introduce a particular mass count noun, a particular noun. Okay, determiners are used to introduce nouns, or we also use to give information about the quantity. So therefore quantifiers are also determiners, right? So now you do not just use determiners anyhow because you want to use them, but you use them by having the knowledge of the particular noun you are working with. Okay, so you cannot say a water, you can say a cup, but you cannot say a water. But here that indefinite what was it called? Sorry, please. That indefinite article a there is acting as a determiner, but we cannot use it with water. Okay, so then that brings us to what kind of determiners can we use? We have such examples of determiners we can use as follows. We have enough. Okay, we have little or a little, right? We have more, we have some, we have much, a great deal of, a bit of, a lot of, plenty of. All of these can be used with mass count nouns. But take note, in a more formal setting, you may need to replace a lot of and plenty of with, let's say, much. Okay, while we use many for countable noun, you use much for mass count nouns. Please take note of that. So these are the determiners that can go, and some others that can go, that can be used with non-count noun. Okay, however, maybe 1 or 2 of them can also be used with, let's say, countable nouns, like some. Okay, can be used with countable nouns. So please take note of these, and you can have several examples as you try to merge these determiners with the mass count nouns. To summarize, we said these mass count nouns do not add ess or ies to them in a way of pluralizing them. Please take note of that. Okay, so if you must quantify, we have discussed what you need to do to quantify them. So that will be it under mass count noun for today. Now, our word of the week is spelled Indemnify. How did you pronounce? Okay, indemnify. Very correct. That's the pronunciation of that word. And of course, it is a verb. What's the meaning of the word? It is used to mean to secure against loss or damage, or to make compensation for incurred loss or incurred damage. Okay, so please take note of that. That's the word of the week. Now, example, how can we use this word? As we said, it's a verb. Let's say the company is planning to indemnify workers who lost their jobs during the pandemic. Okay, the companies are planning to indemnify workers who lost their jobs during the pandemic. Okay, I think that's fine. Once again, we say thank you very much to all of you, our dear subscribers. Please, for those who have not, like, share, and subscribe. Thank you very much.